Hello everyone, welcome back to the Daily Ebenezer. Hope you guys are doing great today. Today we're going to be talking about 5 powerful daily habits we can develop as leaders. Before you do that, be sure to click on the link below just so you can access your daily notes. You can download those, print them off. You can also access our podcast for this lesson, videos, everything you need to work through this lesson. All right guys, so let's jump right into this. There are 5 powerful daily habits that I want to share with you guys for leaders. And this is something that I picked up off of a video that I was watching from John Maxwell, and I just thought it was excellent information. So I just want to give you guys a brief overview of the 5 habits, and hopefully they're going to help you become even a better leader than you already are. Maxwell says, what can you do every single day to increase your leadership ability and success? And you really ought to think about that, because if we're going to be great leaders, if we're going to be very successful in leading other people, we need to think about what we can do personally on a daily basis to be the best leader we can be. So that's something to think about. Just jot down a note on. And as you go through this, hopefully you're going to see some things that you can do every single day that doesn't take a lot of time, but will make a huge difference in your leadership ability. Daily habits make great leaders. We need to develop a habit of doing these 5 things every single day. Not some days, not when we have time, not whenever it's convenient, but every single day do these 5 things. And they're not hard, they don't take a lot of time, but if you do every one of these every single day, you're going to see a tremendous turnaround in your leadership ability and your personal life. You're also going to see a big turnaround in the success of your life. I love this statement here. It says, we overestimate what we can accomplish in one day, but we underestimate what we can accomplish in a lifetime. And you think about that. I mean, January the 1st is always the big one. You know, we're going to make a New Year's resolution. We're going to drop 50 pounds in 5 weeks. We're going to do this. We're going to change our life. And we go after it and we try to accomplish this huge task, and we burn out. And usually by the 2nd week or 3rd week of January, we're done with the gym. We're back off our diet. We've just given up because we tried to take on something so big all at one time in one bite in one day, and it's more than we can handle, and we get burned out. But think about it this way. Thinking about it like chopping down a tree. If we take an axe out and we've got an oak tree, no matter how big or small it is, and we chop 5 times every single day, and then we put the axe down, we go back and do something else. The next day we come out, we chop 5 times, and we do that every single day. Not major, not 50, not 500, but 5 times every single day. Then no matter how big or little that tree is, it's going to fall. And so that's what I want you to be thinking about as we go through these 5 habits here, is if you do these just 5 things every single day, and you get motivated to do them every day. Don't skip days, but do them every day. It's going to change your life. Number 1, we need to lead ourselves every day. If you wouldn't follow yourself, why do you think anybody else would follow you? And that's a really good question, and it's a hard question to ask yourself sometimes, but if you're not willing to follow yourself, then don't expect anybody else to follow you. So we need to lead ourselves every day. We need to lead by example. The thing that kills more leaders than anything is telling their people or their followers to do one thing and then doing something different. People watch what we're doing, and they're going to follow our example. Leadership is a visual act, and people watch what we're doing. And it's not only when we're teaching or leading, it's when we're at home, when we're out in society, when we may not think we're leading. That's when people are really paying attention to us. And so we have to lead ourselves every day, all day long. Be that example. It's a visual thing that people are watching. And ask yourself, what do people see in me? When I'm out at the grocery store, what do people see? When I'm at a restaurant, what do people see? When I'm at church or in an organization, what are people seeing? When I'm at work, when I'm with my family, how do people see me? Do they still see me as a leader, or do they see me maybe as a hypocrite? It's very important to lead yourself all day long, every single day. John Maxwell has this law of magnetism that says you teach what you know, but you reproduce what you are. And I thought that was a really amazing statement, because we can teach anything. You just sit down, read the book, read the lesson, learn it, and then you speak what you learn to other people. But you're going to reproduce who you are. And that's really important as a leader, because if you want to reproduce other leaders, and that's part of being successful as a leader, is the ability to reproduce other leaders, you need to really be that leader. You need to be successful at it. So number 1, lead yourself every day. Number 2, add value to people every day. And guys, this is something that I really, really believe in, and it's made a really big difference in my life, is when we as leaders take time to find a way to add value to someone else every day. It is such a fulfilling lifestyle change. True leaders focus on others first. Now, I know you've always heard the saying that it's lonely at the top. It can be lonely at the top, and you can be successful at the top, but you're not a true leader. Because see, a true leader takes other people to the top with him, and it's not lonely. But we focus on other people first. How do we add value to people? First of all, we add value to people when we value them. All right. When we see people as a value and they're important to us, then they know that we value them. And that's important. If we only see people as uh, the step between us getting to the next step of success or whatever they can bring to our team, but we don't value them as a person, then they're going to know that and they're not going to perform as well. I can add value to people when I know and relate to what they value. And this is important, helping other people win, helping other people reach their dreams, is when I know and understand what's important to you and what you want to accomplish in life, and I can help you do that, that's going to add value to you. And then last of all, when I make myself more valuable. So if I'm part of your life and I'm growing personally and I'm growing as a leader and I can be more valuable to you, then I'm adding value to you. So 3 ways to add value to people. Build connections with people, don't just communicate. And I did a whole video series on the power of connections. Feel free to watch that. But so many times we just want to get a message back and forth to people. We're only communicating, but a true leader is going to build a connection with people. And it's so important that we connect with people every day and we build relationships that last a lifetime. That's how we affect people. That's how we change people. We do that by listening to people, learning about them, and leading people. And that is so important. That's the difference between communicating and connecting. When we connect with people, we actively listen to them. We find common ground to learn from them and learn what's important to them. And then we are able to lead and influence them. When leaders start valuing people, they should stop leading people. And this is really important, guys, because if we can't value people, then how can we lead people? Okay, because people are not going to follow somebody that they don't feel value them as a person. That takes us to number 3, guys. Study leadership every single day. And this sounds like a big, long task, but it can be as simple as reading 1 chapter in a book. It can be listening to a 15-minute podcast on your way to work. It can be watching a YouTube video on leadership. It can be meeting with your mentor. Okay, whatever it is, learn leadership, study leadership every single day. You can't increase your leadership without learning. And this is really important, is how are you going to be a better leader tomorrow if you're not willing to learn today? And that's really, really important. That's every aspect of life, not just leadership, but especially with leadership. If we study leadership every single day, we're going to be a better leader every single day. You can do this by having a mentor. You can do this by reading books. You can do this videos, podcasts, lectures, whatever you can get your hands on. And maybe you're sitting there saying, well, I don't have the money or the resources to do it. Hey, go to your local library and check out a book. And I know that sounds old school, but it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And you can just read just what you're doing now, watching videos off of YouTubes and websites that's free, teaching leadership. That's growing, that's studying leadership. In order to give to someone else, you must have something to give. And if you really think about that, I can't give what I don't have. So if I don't study and grow as a leader, how can I make somebody else better? How can I be a better leader if I'm not willing to do that? And then everybody can always learn something new, a new way to do something, or a new way to look at an old situation. And this is really important because I can't tell you how many times I hear from people that I know all this. I've been doing this for 30 years. I know everything there is to know about it and all this kind of stuff. And so many people have a mental block on taking the time every day to invest in themselves and study because they think they know it all. But it doesn't matter if you are an expert on the subject. There's always a new way to learn it, a new way to do it, and a new way to look at it. So always learn is really, really important. Study leadership every day. And once we study leadership, we need to practice leadership every day. And if you think about it, once we have the knowledge, we need to put that knowledge into practice. So if we're a baseball player and we want to get better at pitching the ball, we can read every book and study everything there is to know about pitching, and we may see a little bit of difference. But until we get out there and practice that pitch and practice the techniques and practice what we learn, we're not going to get better. So we need to put our leadership into practice every day. And we can do that every day. It doesn't matter what your situation is. It doesn't matter if you don't go to work today or whatever. You can lead in all aspects of your life. Because we're only going to get better with a skill the more we use it and the more we hone that skill. And so we need to use that every day. Don't wait until the right opportunity comes, or don't wait till you can be the most effective, because probably those will never come. If you start today, you're going to get better and better and better. And when it's really important that you're skilled and ready to lead, you're going to be ready for it. One thing important too is when you're practicing leadership, don't be afraid to fail. You know, so many people don't take that first step because they're so afraid they're going to fail or fall short. That's just part of life. That's part of leadership. That's part of learning. But I encourage you to look at failure in the right light. And what I mean by that, you can either look at failure as a stumbling block and giving up, or you can look at it as a stepping stone to take you to the next level. And I encourage you to look at failures from what you can learn from them. Don't hold on to them. Learn what you can from them and use them as a stepping stone to go to the next level. When we practice leadership every day, we hone our skill and we become better at it, and eventually it just becomes a daily habit. We get used to leading people just out of habit, and it's going to make a huge difference in our life. All right, guys, the last one, intentionally grow every day. And this is one of my big things here, and I talk a lot about it in a lot of our videos, but if you will intentionally learn to grow every single day, it's going to make a huge difference in your life. What you can do as a leader is find a way to put yourself in a growth environment. And what I mean by that, put yourself in an environment where you have the potential and the ability to grow in that environment. Surround yourself with people that are a little bit better than you so you can learn from them. Now that sounds a little crazy and it sounds a little uneasy and everything. Why would I want to surround myself with people that are better than I am? That'll make me feel inadequate or inferior. But don't look at it that way. Don't look at it as I'm putting myself where I'm the least skilled person. But look at it, I'm putting myself in a situation where I can become better and stronger because of those who are around me that I can learn from. So put yourself in a growth environment, and you should continually be challenged as you grow. And this is really important because if we're going through life every single day and we're never challenged, we're not growing. If you can do your task without being challenged, you're just not growing. You're just doing the same thing over and over and over again, okay? So we want to be in an environment where we can be challenged every day. Your focus should always be forward, not on the past. Like I talked about just a minute ago, don't worry about what happened in the past. Don't let the failure sneak up on you. Focus on the forward. What can I learn today for? How can I be better? What can I do to be more successful? The atmosphere that you're in needs to be affirming. If you got people that are surrounding you and they're just telling you you're not good enough, you can't do anything, you can't be there, you need to find a new circle of friends. Find a circle of people to be around that's going to help you accomplish your success. That's going to help be a mentor to you. That's going to help you grow every single day. And then you should feel like you're out of your comfort zone almost all the time. And that sounds sort of crazy again to think about it that way. But if I feel a little uncomfortable in everything I'm doing, that means I'm growing. That means I'm putting myself in a place where I've got to increase my skill to be even better. And so don't be afraid of feeling uncomfortable in a situation. You know, look at it as a way that, hey, I'm growing, I'm being challenged, and I'm going to be better for this. I'm going to leave you guys with this statement, and I thought it was an awesome little statement, and it makes so much sense. But are you making footprints in the sand, or are you leaving a butt print? And if you think about that, that sort of sums up everything in a nutshell for us. Is we want to leave footprints in the sand showing that we're moving forward, we're going somewhere. If we're just leaving a butt print in the sand, people just know you're just sitting still, you're not making any progress. So I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. These 5 daily habits are just really powerful. I know they're going to help you be a better leader, and I hope you enjoyed the lesson. If you have questions or comments for me, just drop me an email at info@thedailyebenezer.com. I'll be glad to respond to you. And I hope you guys have an awesome day. See you on the next video.